Welcome to Bloomberg Law. I'm Pacchia. As we approach the United States Supreme Court hearing on the constitutionality of the Affordable Care Act, all eyes are on the justices and how they will ultimately decide the case. Joining me now to discuss one particular justice and how he might approach the issue, we have Betsy Goldman, legal analyst at Bloomberg Law. Welcome back on the program. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
So you wrote another great law note for the Bloomberg Law litigation report. Go check it out on BloombergLaw.com. It's fantastic. This time you delved into Justice Scalia's past treatment of Commerce Clause issues.
That's right.
Before we kick into the nitty-gritty, why did you focus on Justice Scalia rather than the other justices?
Well, because I think it's really surprising that Justice Scalia could actually wind up voting to uphold the health care law.
That's a story. You wouldn't initially expect him to side with the government on this.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, as you know, he's one of the most outspoken conservative justices on the court. So, you know, he usually doesn't like strong federal legislation. And when you look at the health care law, which basically mandates individuals to buy health insurance, you would think there's no way that he would support such a law. But I think there's a possibility that he might.
All right, so let's get into it. You wrote a law note on Justice Scalia's record and how he's approached Commerce Clauses in the past.
Yep.
How do you think he'll view this case?
Well, I think that the one thing to focus on is a concurrence that he wrote in a recent case. It was a 2005 case, Gonzalez v. Raich. And in that case, the court and Scalia voted with the majority of the court to uphold federal legislation that banned the use of marijuana within the states. So private use for medicinal purposes even. So not only did he vote with the majority of the court to uphold that legislation, but he also took the time to draft this concurrence. And in the concurrence, he said that Congress has the authority to regulate even non-economic local activity if the regulation was a necessary part of some type of overall congressional scheme to regulate interstate commerce. So, for example, in that case, he believed that the federal regulation of marijuana use within the states was necessary to the overall scheme of Congress wanting to prevent the interstate trade or movement of marijuana.
So in the final analysis, you've looked at two justices and their records on Commerce Clause issues. At the end of the day, I'm kind of getting the feeling that you think the Supreme Court is going to uphold the government's case and find the ACA constitutional. Am I right there?
You know, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. I think Scalia is going to be a tougher sell than Kennedy on it, but I would not be surprised to see both. They've both demonstrated in recent years that they are going to be willing to give the law a fair shot and possibly vote to uphold it.
All right. Betsy, thanks so much. We'll have to see how it goes.
Absolutely. Thanks,
That's Betsy Goldman. She is a legal analyst here at Bloomberg Law. You should go check out her law note available on the Bloomberg Law litigation report. For more information about this and other topics, log on to BloombergLaw.com. You can see our recent videos at YouTube and follow our daily updates on Twitter. I'm Pacchia. Thanks for joining us.